Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's YouTube video. This one is very, very, very important. Now, if you're watching this and you are an OnlyFans model or a creator and you're looking for an established agency that can surefire, show you the results and actually get them for yourself as well, then pay attention to this video because this is an interview with one of our current clients that we helped scale from doing about $400 a day to over $6,000 a day within the matter of 48 hours of her joining our agency. Now, I've kept her identity of course, as anonymous. I've blurred her face for obvious reasons because we don't want her following to find out who she is, of course. So for that reason, she will be kept anonymous. However, in this video, I will share all of the results, screenshots, and you'll be able to hear it from her own words on her experience and her journey with our agency. So again, if you're watching this and you are a creator on OnlyFans who's looking for an established agency, the way you can reach out to us, the best way would be through my Instagram. The Instagram handle should be up on the screen here at Marcus Hustle. That is my only account. Also, there are so many fake accounts of me, so if you follow that account, you might get reached out to by somebody else. It's not me. That's my only account right there. So reach out to us. Potentially, we could discuss you joining our agency. But anyway, without further ado, here is an interview with one of our clients who we took on, and we're scaling her to incredible heights. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the next one. First place, of course, would be great to start off with is giving everybody a bit of context in terms of your OnlyFans journey. So for everybody watching, if you could just give people a bit of context about before you joined us, what was your journey like? How long were you doing OnlyFans and what kind of results were you getting?
Okay, so when I first started OnlyFans, I started it as just one of those things that I just wanted to like jump on because I thought it would be the next big thing. So I've had my OnlyFans for about 6 years. I've went through 3 or 4 different teams. Some of these teams were they were all people who worked in the adult industry. So they move really differently. So the way that they would work is they would take a percentage just like every other team. And I don't know, it's been an interesting process because I've had a lot of success on the platform, but unfortunately, because it is a business, I've just had a lot of bad luck when it comes to working with teams that are efficient, honest. They focus on communication and growth and sustainability, long-term sustainability on the platform instead of like short-term just cash grabs. So I've had a very bittersweet I've had a very bittersweet relationship with my OnlyFans account and my teams, but yeah.
It's all right. Don't be shy. It's all right. It's all right. Nah, I can imagine, and we hear this all the time. Something that I mentioned on YouTube videos before, and I advise people to do when starting an agency is focus on the long term. It works out way easier and more profitable for everybody involved. When you're actually trying to build long-term relationships, both with the model, but then also, I'm more so mean in terms of the fans, because I think a lot of agencies, what they think is they'll come on board, they'll quickly get you an extra 1,000, 2,000 fans, try and make some money, and then they don't really give a fuck about what happens after. And that's the wrong way to do it. So okay, we'll talk about kind of how we do things later on in the call. But for everybody watching, so for a bit of context, before you joined our agency, you had already had some success on OnlyFans. You were already doing it for quite some time.
Mhm.
You jumped around a couple of agencies, and then the next one was, how did you find us? I believe it was through YouTube, right? How did you initially found out about
Yes.
us? Yeah.
So my last team, we could no longer work together, and it was a very toxic team, unfortunately, but we stepped peacefully, kind of abruptly, went our separate ways. And I was left to kind of fend for myself when it comes to my account. And I had my last team for about 2.5, almost 3 years. It would have been 3 years. And so I was very hands off. So when I had to dive in, um, I had to really look at my account, what they were really doing. And I was so dissatisfied. I was stressed. I was trying to manage it by myself and kind of do like a lot of repair of the relationships. And I just got to a point where I was like, I cannot do this by myself. I can't shoot content, have a life, and be able to emotionally and sexually cater to the people on my particular platform because I have a very unique and very emotional fan base who's very committed, and I do care about them a lot. And so I just got so overwhelmed that I randomly decided to go on YouTube and just type in OnlyFans strategies. And all of a sudden, I just saw you on there, and I was like, who is this guy? I didn't know this information was on YouTube. So I started watching one of the videos, and then I sent it to one of my friends, and I was like, holy shit, why is he putting this content out there? This has been out here the whole time. Like, this is gold. And I was like, wow, okay, I think I could do this. Like, that was the first time I felt hope, where I was like, wow, this is real information. Like, it's not a gimmick. This is amazing. This guy's upfront. Like, this is what I needed. I felt like I found gold. And then I realized that you guys had an agency, and I was like, you know what, better yet, instead of trying to learn, let me just go straight to the source. And that's how I ended up finding this agency. It
For
was
YouTube.
a
Yeah,
complete
yeah.
blessing, honestly. I was like, if there is a higher power, he led me right here, because this is everything that I was looking for.
And it was perfect timing as well, where me and Harry had literally just expanded the agency as well, and we were able to take on more models. So when you messaged us, it was just perfect timing. So yeah, so this is also, if any model is watching this video, this is the reason why I like to create these YouTube videos, because one, it helps to get the message out there and try and actually help people who don't know what they're doing on OF, because the average person, like the actual statistic, is like $150 a month, something like that. The average account on OF is creating.
Oh, damn.
So a lot, yeah, a lot of people need help. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, that's really
Um,
that with inflation, that can't even buy groceries.
no, you might as well not do it at that point. Yeah. So no, yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. Kind of getting some feedback for the YouTube. I think it makes it all worthwhile. So great. So then you initially obviously jumped on a call with us. We of course shared some results. We spoke to you about your current situation. We learned all of your background, so what had happened before you jumped on a call with us, and we really done a deep dive on what's happening, what's going good, and what's going bad. And I believe it was a call with Harry, my business partner.
Yes.
And then we essentially offered a chance for you to join. Just curious as well, because I feel like if there is girls watching this video, any other OnlyFans models, they will probably have the same thought process in their own mind as well. For you in particular, it might be in a different scenario, because you already had some experience with other agencies. You said you had
Hmm.
like 3, 4.
Yeah.
But even with us, was there any sense of doubt or any sense of, let me think about it, I don't know if I should do it, etc.? Or was everything kind of making sense to you in terms of results and what we offer, and seeing us online already?
I mean, there was 1000% doubt, because if you think about it, like, nothing is really free in the world. So when I went on YouTube and saw that you were giving out all of this valuable information, it was a complete shock. Most people will not give that much out. Um, just on YouTube. So I thought, like, there has to be some type of scam. There's a gimmick. This person isn't real. It might be someone from India who's holding this person hostage, and they're the face of the agency. Like, I had so many doubts. I was very stressed because it was too good to be true. And then when I got on the call with Harry, I found out what you guys were about. And then I started to see the work ethic, the results, the strategizing. That the moment I felt secure, when you guys actually like jumped on the account and started working, and I saw how you guys could work, I was shocked. Honestly, if there are any models who are watching this, I've been a creator for 6 years. It's a lot of work, and it can be really emotionally taxing. Like, for me, I was getting to a point where, talking to so many people, you're not just catering to the sexual aspect, but you're also catering to a lot of people who have their own lives, mental health. They need someone to talk to. Like, therapy is like 80% of my OnlyFans. It's a lot to do that, have a life, and then also be able to create content, which can be very demanding, especially if you're shooting by yourself. It really is a lot. And for me, this my OnlyFans not being run the way that I needed it to, not having previous teams who cared about my fan base the way that I did, because without my fan base, I wouldn't be anywhere. I truly appreciate them. Most people are in it just for the money. And it has been completely life-changing for me personally to find a team that communicates with my fan base the way that I'd like. I run the account perfectly. I've been able to communicate about any worries that I have, or express just gratitude. Like, for the first time in a really long time since having OnlyFans, I've been able to feel secure about my future. I have more of a direction with the content that I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm drowning anymore because there are so many just techniques and strategies that you can try to implement on your own, but just because I could try and do it doesn't mean that I should. I would be sacrificing so many other parts of my life. Like my mental health was going downhill. And then when I found you guys, it's like the first time I started to have hope that I could have a normal life. I had more structure. Like I have been mentally and financially doing so much better in the small span of time that we have been working together. Like it was a godsend. Everything is perfect, and I don't use that word lightly. Like the process, everything that you've done is, I'm shocked. I'm appreciative of like how much time and energy you've invested in this, because my life day by day is getting better ever since I signed with you guys.
Bless you. That's so good to hear. Thank you very much for those kind words. It's the most wholesome thing I've heard in a long time. That's yeah, yeah. I think there's so many more parts that the models don't really think of in terms of partnering with an agency. They think, oh well, they're just gonna take a percentage and they might do some chatting here and there. But there are so many other things that we hear from our models, such as what you said. There's just that relief of stress, the relief of having to think about 101 different things going on at the same time. But then obviously the biggest one as well is obviously in terms of income. I don't know if you're okay with us to at least share a screenshot of the results just so far.
Yeah, by all means, go
Um,
ahead, please.
yeah, so for a
It's
bit of
shocking for
context,
me.
so we'll throw up some screenshots up on the screen here in terms of the before and after. I mean, it's literally, I think within the first 48 hours of us actually starting and getting all of our systems set up, I think it's safe to say we're nearly 10x to your daily income, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But more so as well, of course, your fans are being replied to. They're actually being able to speak to yourself a lot of the time as well. So I think it's just an incredible win-win situation for everybody involved. So it's fantastic. Cool. I think what we'll do, let's have another one of these in a couple of months' time
Mhm.
for to update everybody on kind of where we're at. Me and Harry were also planning on visiting your country. Again, I'm going to keep that anonymous. But yeah,
That
so
would be
hopefully we
so
can do one of
cool.
these. We could do one of these in person as well. But yeah, you're an absolute star as well. All the props to you as well. Working with you is so simple. And also for all the models watching this, it goes both ways. I mean, yes, we definitely, me and Harry, my business partner, yes, we obviously know what we're doing. We have the systems and everything ready to place into the agency, but it's 50-50, right? You need to put in the work as well. So for yourself, props to you as well. Your communication is outstanding. I
Oh,
think you
thank
literally
you.
you literally, again, for a bit of context for everybody watching, by the way, you literally change your sleep cycle
Yeah.
in order to have the right conversation with. This is what I mean, right? And you
We have
have
a
you're fully
huge time
committed.
gap.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
huge.
So you're fully committed. The content is always there on time. It's just, yeah, it's really easy to work with yourself as well. So great. Thank you very much for jumping on this short call and sharing your journey with us so far with Aura Consulting. I appreciate it. And like I said, let's do another one of these in a couple months' time and share with everybody where we're at.
Super down.
Cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.